Thomas, you can talk about Rallen as well. Like he's a lone fox of all the FaZe FPL games. He's been playing for as long as I can. So with his experience, maybe he can throw shenanigans in there, but I don't think they hold the cards. As I say, it's going to be up to G2 and their level.
Guys, who's winning this matchup, G2 or ITB?
G2. Yeah, G2.
All right, everybody, that's it from us on the desk. This one is ready to go. Sponge and Machine, over to you.
Execute, Alex.
Thank you very much. Have you heard the sound Fox makes? It's actually really weird.
Don't you do it.
No, they make it. I wouldn't. They're pushing in. NiKo and Nexa forging a path into the A side. Crucial. Should be good. Should be good. And combined with Thomas, looking good for ITV to make this one work. 2 versus 1. HooXi. They've run into a spot of bother here on the A site.
Wouldn't have been a spot of bother if their smoke landed, would it?
No, that would have helped. It certainly would have helped. And now he's got all the time in the world to work this one out. Look at the minimap, by the way. Just look how many bodies litter the battlefield of A. Oh, we chill.
Yeah, that looked like one of my pugs. Just to A execute out the gate. But the A stack coming into play. So out of the breach.
And yeah.
Into the wild. There's a little HooXi, and this would fill the team with confidence. If the in-game leader could scoop them up a clutch on the pistol round in such circumstances. A smoke to guarantee the plan. He's trying to flush them out. So not using it to corner off any choke points and no rotation. I'm sure they would have heard the smoke plume on the other side of the site.
Yeah, but check out BMAS. He brought a smoke and a kit to the party.
You little devil.
That is the retake package. That's everything you need for a nice ITB pistol. And I mean, I know the desk are doubting them. I think Chad might be doubting them. And I'm
also doubting them.
If they win the pistol, I have hope. I have hope the ITV... Of course he is. Unless... Oh, yeah, that's going to be a defuse. Forgot where he planted. Hard to remember, hard to find. And there you have it. ITB taking the pistol, taking the round. G2 thrust down.
But it's all right.
Into the doldrums.
Because the bomb was planted. And we know what that means on the T side. It means Galils are plenty.
Mac 10s. Beamers. And I have to say, ITB, they have been in the workshop, they've been in the lab for the jersey. No one has ever done this color combination before.
It's a new color combo.
It is a new color combo. And it's not easy to find a color combo that hasn't been done before. So that might explain why it's so beautiful to my eyes.
Spamming something on their keyboard is Monacy having a word with an admingo right now. What are they discussing? Looks like something TeamSpeak related, if I was to hazard a guess.
Yeah. Beamas doesn't have the cool trophy by his name, but everyone else does.
It is interesting seeing Masuta and Bemis joining this trio.
It is, isn't it?
What are we spamming on the keyboard, lads? I can hear it. What are we? Are you hitting your escape key over and over again?
Console.
Oh, Crucial not happy with something either. He's adjusting a headset as well, so using the time wisely. Taking a swig of water.
Are you smart enough to know what the lights on the ear cups mean?
I think it's
something.
Is it noise cancelling related?
It might be noise cancelling, or it's like channel related. I don't know. I remember someone told me once, and I was like, I'll never forget that, and I've forgotten.
Well, there's 3 of them available, only 2 of them. Maybe it's a power level?
Yes, yeah. So Thomas, obviously, power level 2.
Yep, with a potential power level of 3.
And Nexa, of course, a reminder, he is newest addition onto G2.
Well, I do like G2's odds in this. Purchase looking pretty tidy. A couple of Mac 10s to complement the Galils.
I love the call, Chad.
We going again.
We just do it again. Heaven smoke from HooXi. Masuta to receive them. Is he throw out a smoke?
Extinguished.
He might want to smoke it. Oh, he's second guessing it. He's being run down now. Tucked in, takes the fight, welcomes the duel. Monacy 1 for 1. It's Thomas now with the MP9 to finish the job. Down to Monacy, and down goes the ace site. Retake on. Not a comfortable one. You're out behind the smokes. You could boost perhaps, but already less than favorable for ITB in converting this pistol round win.
They are really going to give this one a look, but Clumsy on the tower. And that is going to be the end of that. Save on the docket as Crucial, punched down to just 3 points of health.
That's what my A anchoring feels like.
Yeah, you can get run down quite easily. You saw it there. He used the incendiary early to stall out the rush, but they've got the paper to the rock. They just go for the extinguish, go through. They know that there's a rally of flashes and util behind it. He was, look, the other option obviously was, as you were mentioning, dropping that smoke in main and then fighting behind it to not allow it to get out of control. But either it was sticky or he second guessed it. But regardless, ITB, after winning the pistol, will be unsuccessful with the follow-through. And G2, that one is going to feel damn good. Monacy with 2 kills in towards the site.
And I would assume that byproduct of that is that now you feel a bit more on edge when A feels pressure and scrutiny. If that heaven smoke lands, if that bricks molly lands, suddenly you might be cheating players. There might be gaps in middle, there might be gaps at B.
Yeah, precisely. But right now with these 3 saved rifles, let's see what they complement it with. There's an MP9 in the mix and a 5.7, so still something deadly for ITB to work with, and they're operating with 3 towards middle early. So do they want to leer forward and look for a fight? We don't see the molly towards the doors. We just see NiKo unloading the Galil spam through the smoke. Spam back, a nade through. Tickle damage done. So playing reactive with 3 players towards mid, meaning they could hedge their bets towards either side of the map. We do know CT side of Anubis requires you to be extremely active. Either once that information comes through your pipeline, making a reactive play, or setting the tempo early. Again, we will see Masuta, the lone defender of A, will have the support network of Thomas available. Mid control to be taken off the back of the double mollies, house and doors. And Shia burning.
Yeah, Thomas just has a smoke in his hand, so I assume that he's going to try and refresh the main. Has done so. Masuta, that's a perfect weapon if they were to brave it.
You don't have to go through this, gentlemen. They don't have a HE to clear, and there's no rush. There's mid control being taken.
NiKo, he's out and about. Hunter by his side. Both the Kovac cousins pushing in from cams, and they've been cut down. Now it's falling apart for G2. They need the multi from Hoaxy. He provides it.
2v2.
Yeah, get that bomb down, Monacy. Rallen and Bemis on the retake. Smoke and kit available.
Hoaxy would love an upgrade, wouldn't he?
Monacy would love a reload. 12 bullets is enough. If you're precise, he's not. Doesn't find the head. And now only onto Hoaxy. Doesn't have that rifle, as you've already discussed.
This smoke's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, and it's really not the right range for this engagement. Oh, it's not far off. Look at the HP on Rallen, 27. And cut down by Bemis, a full defuse. And there you go. Okay, so we are going to be seeing these kind of force-buy wars building around those 2 safe rifles.
Yeah, that feels pretty average for G2 considering the space they had towards middle, but more bodies than ITB needed to turn that into a real skirmish. So the split, it felt potent for G2, but into the breach, able to defend. You can see coming through the camera position, made mincemeat, and then able to pivot as well. So really good work from the likes of Crucial. And then it is Hoaxy behind the smoke wall, not used on the bomb, and they'll bounce back immediately. With the plant, though, take a look at what's able to be invested by for G2 and AWP for Monacy. The first one we're going to be seeing in this map of Anubis. So no real issues with the economy whatsoever. As Hoaxy stretches his legs, goes for a run, gets those boots wet. Deep molly, trying to flush anybody out of the dark position. 3 towards B.
CT molly, not going to stop Monacy from holding the angle. He has the info. Dark is clear. Oh, good damage.
Good harassment.
Just through the smoke. Yeah, Rallen put low, put on notice. It's Hunter that did the damage.
Yeah, it's just good understanding of what that means. Hey, they're blocked. Okay, they're likely going to be looking for a fight down towards Dark. Let's spam through and see if we can assist. But the map feeling quite small if you're into the breach now.
Beautiful crystal blue waters of Anubis. Now occupied by 3 boots.
Oh,
or 3
clearing.
pairs.
They are clearing.
This is what NiKo's been waiting for. It's not a comfortable duel for Thomas, and down goes Masuta as well. Clawing back is Crucial. He needs to get a double, but NiKo denies. Good shots from him in mid. Still, Rallen finding one, keeps the round alive.
Rallen is very sketched out on low HP.
Yeah, he's actually backing away all the way to beach around the world. Bemis, he needed that one to make a round out of this. Bomb now down, and the round going G2. So we're just trading blows right now.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because they knew Rallen was towards heaven and then Bemis still went for the fight. If Rallen stayed and then he went down and then Bemis popped out and traded, then maybe that makes sense. Bemis definitely shouldn't have gone for it if Rallen wasn't going to be fighting. So that is disconnected from Into the Breach as we do exchange rounds again. I don't know if I hate the move from Into the Breach. They evacuated A completely to search out mid, but already started to rotate away for a B, right? So I understand what they were getting up to. And like I said, they have to stay quite active on the CT side. Didn't pan out for them. I think Thomas coming through, getting caught by Hunter. He may have had a chance against NiKo tucked in tight. But yeah, as I mentioned, the map can feel quite small quite quickly. Yeah, and Hoaxy trying to keep the hype up early. This is something that we discussed as... I don't know if that's necessary. We didn't see any of those antics from FaZe because this is the same conversation. Whereas G2 should be coming into this game and taking care of business. The first two matchups that we had over the A and the B streams were both 13-6 scorelines, so relatively pedestrian. It was competitive at times, but taking care of business. And for G2, obviously we know that they can be the type of team that tips their head at the smallest of issues. So wanting to make sure that they can keep their minds clear, the Hooksy hype.
Yeah, I mean, especially for NiKo, just finding all three on your mid-campaign, getting his first 3 frags of this best of 1.
This is where he should be farming, right? And the desk obviously highlighting his stats as coming into CS2. They have made no secret of their struggles, right? Hunter talking about it as well, him and NiKo. Not living up to their traditional standards, right? It might just be this adjustment period, and obviously we've just had this more recent patch, which could be aiding them in a big way. m0NESY having no issues, of course. And nexa to slot in. He's been good in the clutch. He's been anchoring down his positions. So it is just teething issues, I imagine, for this G2 roster in the early stages of the roster changes.
Starts with the smoke, Misuta.
Look how many bodies are out towards water, though. It's quite telling they might want to flash through and fight, so this could be quick.
Flash goes. MAC-10's charging in. And what are you supposed to do with just pistols to defend this site? Already, you can see the rotations are on their way. Nade sailing through. Thomas with a furrowed brow knows he's got a lot to do. Flashes are good. Thomas, only the one. And they know crucial towards the heaven position. That nade lands square on the jaw of NiKo, but with his bullets and his nade combined, gets the job done.
And it has to be the save call again.
Bucking the trend, though. That's going to be 2 consecutive for the first time this game.
And a chance to even extend further than that. So G2 with some simple executes over towards A, making it look easy. And you can see as we flick through to Thomas's POV, he's looking through the windows, just seeing the sheer amount of utility coming through behind him. Molly, smokes, flashes. Kitchen sink included in that, as G2 should keep 4 players alive. 2 players for Into the Breach, BMS and Rallen, both retaining silenced M4s. Full bag of util for the likes of Rallen, and BMS is just 1 nade off. It could only be a flash or a decoy to complete the set. But this A bomb site being exploited, we've seen it on the pistol round, saw it up on the follow through with the Galils. Obviously, a lot of play through A or mid, so that's something that now will need to be addressed.
He plays really slow in mid, okay, Carol?
Yeah.
Give me flashes, Carol. I will hold flashes.
But I will just give you one. I will just give you.
I will hold flash just in case you want.
Okay, well, discussing how they want to set up this mid defense. So it is going to be an eco around the saved weapons. You need to facilitate the likes of Rallen and Bemis to find you a couple of kills. And later within this map, G2 can start turning towards this B bomb site. You expect it, as you mentioned earlier, to be softened, maybe having to go with a 2-1-2 or 2-2-1 type of setups. AWPs to come out as well at some point for Crucial. As Hooksy, again, behind the AWP to take the space, the molly in play, applying pressure, flushing out the util. Doesn't have to be the commit, just needs to be the fear put into the hearts and minds of Into the Breach that this is a possibility.
Ooh. Rallen, I mean, he's not trying to spam with the silenced M4, but still catches a bit of a face full of lead, so low.
This is what was discussed, right? Thomas wanting to flash so Rallen could go for a peek and a fight, but now that he's been chipped on down to such low HP, below 50, I don't think we'll see Rallen taking that type of fight, just rerouting completely and hoping that it will be the B finish.
Not in any hurry here, G2. NiKo starts his mid-crawl, and yeah, it's wide open for the taking.
It does look like they are setting up for B, however.
Oh, it does.
So into the stack. This is well called by Into the Breach, or well gambled either way. Might pay off.
It certainly could. BMAS, that second rifle. G2 are walking straight into this. Lots of utility. Trying to land a good HE could soften them up for these pistols. Bringing the bomb in is Hooksy. So many bodies, need some cover. Good work from Crucial. Gets the USP, gets value out of that. Ooh, good headshot. Team kill, in fact, from BMAS. That's a problem. And now trapped behind the smoke. They're getting sprayed on down. That bomb's already ticking. Nexa finds himself an AK with a few more
Saving
bullets.
again.
And yeah, just backing away. Looks like they managed to recover those 2 rifles at least.
Yeah, understandably so that they wanted to save it. I thought they would have been able to inflict a little bit more damage. Even though they were smoked off, we saw Thomas with a flash that was discussed earlier in the round to set up round towards middle. If they'd used that as the executor come in and all kind of push through and taken the risk, they may have been able to cause a little bit more chaos because G2, they were able to isolate those fights. The TK doesn't look good, but considering the low HP that Rallen was already put down to, not the end of the world. G2 up to 4, 2 rounds to the good. And considering they walked into the stack, that one is going to feel pretty damn nice for G2. And they're able to fight themselves out of that box. Plenty of residual cash. Look at m0NESY up to 8k. Same for Hooksy as he slightly chips in with a bit of util, bringing him down to that 7k mark. So this is good, G2. And you can see the way that they're getting these rounds done is the bomb going down. That's something that Into the Breach have not been able to stop in a single round of play. So if you're on the T side and you're an in-game leader, that's going to feel really good in terms of the cash injection and knowing that if it just comes down to post plants, you have the better players. Aggression.
Yeah, they're flashing for it. Nexa blind, behind the smoke. Molly's late, one has slipped the net. Could be a back turned here, whose Hooksy does manage to slip into dark. Thomas, nothing to report towards the canal position. Rana needs to reload. Already into the site is NiKo. And he makes his presence known.
They just did a bucket of damage.
Yeah. They really are hoping they can find a way back in. Now, they don't have the bomb in yet. NiKo does.
They have plenty more smoke, so if they just take a breath, Into the Breach might... Yeah, walk on in, exactly like that.
Yeah, and it looks like Hooksy's already confirmed the presence of Thomas. Fast on dark. NiKo peeks out, finding Bemis as well. Oh, he's comfortable, is NiKo. Just deathmatching him. Very convincing stuff from G2. 5 alive as they find 5.
Yeah, that is too simple, isn't it? And that aggressive maneuver, it has to be telegraphed because the CTs need to apply that util early. The T stairs smoke, the molly up towards the Rugs position, the flash, and they knew it was coming. The reaction, let's walk into a wide open B bomb site, take the space, and punish them. Great work from G2. Reactive counter-strike to the CTs, trying to mix things up, knowing this A bomb site's been peppered. They're fed up of being bullied. But now they just hit the other side, and that's what we said would happen, right? The weaknesses have to appear on the CT side of Anubis somewhere.
But just that knee-jerk reaction from G2. Stairs smoke for the first time this game. Telegraphed with their aggressions. NiKo, full focus. Top performer for G2 right now, which is a good sign of life. ITB must feel like they've only really had rounds like this. It's MP9s, it's a little bit of that M4 action.
This is where we kick off the tournament and we are expecting the household names to take care of business. It's only when we get into these 2-2 matches where we have a bit more level in the field. As Thomas will catch Hooksy. Nexa wants the trade and can't get it done. Thomas doubles up.
Huge from Thomas.
They could win this now. After how good it felt for G2, this one's going to sour the mood.
No, I'm interested here. Look at this. Bombs Rugs. As 2 players are on the other side of the map, but can they force rotates here? If they get a kill, Masuta might get caught out. He's alone at the moment.
They're not giving anything.
40 seconds walking in. It's suspicious. Now down goes Crucial. Bemis in the dark position. Dead to Hunter. Now
NiKo's caught. Bomb's
he's
down.
lost the bomb. Masuta's found him. 30 seconds. All those frags mean nothing. If you can't retrieve that bomb now, Masuta's just sitting on it. Hunter and m0NESY, what are they supposed to do? Just got to run. Or you have to run away. You got 10k on m0NESY. Hunter's trying to hunt down Rallen.
Just trying to do some damage, I suppose. They can't win the round now.
Oh, man, that is a bleak turn of events.
Yeah, what was going on there? I suppose it was let's look in towards the site, see if we can get the kills. NiKo can always rotate up through Canal, but it is risky knowing mid pushes were available, knowing that an individual like Masuta was always able to spring to action. So Thomas and Masuta, they get a bit of revenge. They've been isolated over towards this A site. Nexa, a bit labored, not able to get that trade, and you can see the difference that it makes as we do have a technical timeout called. But that one is going to draw things just back to a 2-round game. Now, we know there can't be a discussion during the technical timeouts. Everybody needs to keep the mouths sealed, zip those lips. And again, we do have the secondary stream going on with Jackie and Vince right now. We've got Moses and Dinko coming up later in the day. We've got Henry and Anders. Obviously, the lovely desk. Blair will be joining them at some point alongside of Parla, Maniac, and Pimp. They'll be bringing the action for this first week of the RMRs. Na'Vi versus Koi, or Movistar. Maybe a few of you might be knowing them as. It has chopped and changed over there a little bit. Martinez had left that team. He went over to play for 9Z, didn't have success in qualifying for the RMRs.
Who is the Chad Birchall dark horse of the first European RMR?
AMKAL.
It is?
It's AMKAL.
AMKAL.
Krad, Forrester, Nickelback.
That's a fair
Travis.
shout. That's a fair shout. That's a really good shout. Icy as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of hype around Icy. Kazakhstani Orpa, I do believe.
It's a pretty gangster name. But yeah, Thomas finding 2 on the opening there, and Nasuta catching that disconnected bomb on the back of NiKo. We're back in though, folks. Let's get this one going.
I don't think Na'Vi are going to have the easiest times, and they're playing Ancient against Koi, really. We got to watch some of their Ancient games over there in Katowice, and they were sloppy with their util. It wasn't a map that inspired confidence. The Spanish-Portuguese mix could have an opportunity to upset early as damage done over towards A. A boost over the smoke as Masuta will get a chance to look in. Sector clear is called and a B push into Hunter. Can't be converted on either kill. Hunter's double up is trouble.
Oh, that's a horrible feeling for Rylan and Bemis. You need the trade there. Bemis couldn't get it done.
Both teams struggling with trades in back-to-back rounds.
Yeah. And now you'd think the runway is clear. Need to regroup. HooXi will flash for Nexa's control upon the fade. It forces more util, confirmation of presence towards the A site.
Yeah, that info is huge. And with the util that's available now, sure, it's just a handful of smokes, but a temple smoke could be perfect as part of this. They've got this dark control. Honestly, can lob it out. And they've even gone, oh, that was slightly misthrown from HooXi, I do believe. But that's okay. Off the rim, the bomb will still go down. Site call clear. And 6 Securers into the breach will be saving their goodies. Crucial. Likely wanting to retain that AWP. So it was a bit of a boo-boo in the previous, but straight back into winning ways. 4 on the trot. Messed up and well, straight back into a round with all 5 staying alive. And it looks like HooXi is allowing a little bit of a hunt. HooXi leading the charge with NiKo just behind. They could take away even just one of these rifles. That would feel damn good.
And they're going loud about this. Masuta's the first to spot out HooXi. He loses his head, loses his gun. Could be more here. Thomas takes the fight just as HooXi's got his knife out. NiKo stampeding forward. Doesn't look like he's going to have a chance. As they have, found themselves in a safe heaven.
Okay, well, 6 so far on the T side. You definitely don't want to tie things up and go into halftime at 6-6. So 7 or 8 would be great if you're G2. And if you could go the whole hog and take 9, 3 more rounds in this half of play, that would be exactly what Taz, not the doctor, but the coach, ordered. It's going to be a tactical timeout, the variety of into the breach. They're going to be having a conversation right now of how they want to apply their trade forward with these saved rifles. They are able to buy around it. Lost bonus flowing, and it was only 2,400 mark, next round 2,900, but it has allowed them to get out another M4 and an MP9. MP9 for Bemis. Diffuse kits are plenty, everybody's got a smoke, there's a bunch of incendiaries in the mix. So enough to compete with, and they did more with less in the previous round that they won into the breach. But they need consecutive. There is still a chance for them in this half, but they need to get that engine going. Honestly, back down T stairs. Crucial's AWP posted in mid. Always a risky place to look for a pick, knowing the type of util that the Ts can lob out behind you. Baskets Molly, committed now to the fight. Nexa gets the better of Masuda.
Sinking feeling for Thomas.
Isn't it so isolating if you're playing that position alone? The smoke behind him, the Molly in front. You either run away and give it up for free, or you go for the fight and you get absolutely owned.
And we know that flashes can come anytime. Like, it's just not in your interest to stick around. Masuda's been punished this time.
Right, now you could just putt it in with an AX, couldn't you?
You certainly could.
Because it has to be a gamble, right? We've already seen them go for different info plays. No Molly on HooXi to deal with Bemis.
Crucial's going looking. Might have HooXi here. Oh, it's a hard shot. Just the tip of the balaclava. Loses the AWP, and now surely the round to slot into place as well.
There's pressure everywhere. There's A util currently getting dotted.
Smoked off Dark, smoked off Ivy.
think that's a miss smoke, surely.
Doing everything he can here, Rylan. 27 and still no spotting. They're walking into the stack again. Bemis has had his boots blown off by the orb, and Hunter will finish it off nicely through the smoke. They do need to plant, and they'll have plenty of time to do so. No need, actually.
Again, no need.
Yeah.
Had a couple of those rounds, haven't they?
Man, I mean, that's twice they've also walked into the gambled site and ended up leaving with the round. 7 now for G2 and their T side.
Okay, well, again, what we expected. Similar storyline as the FaZe matchup.
What we expected, sure. But did we expect NiKo and Hunter to be at the top of the scoreboard?
Well, that's a good sign, a very good sign. And again, these are the type of names that those two should be farming. This from Hooksy's POV. Nice little shot for him. Hunter, precise as well through the smoke. Had no issues dealing with the lowered Bemis. And it's bleak, it's a half investment. Some pistols, a heavy mid lean. House smoked off, doors mollied back. The pressure applied has forced out a rotation. Rallen gambling. And so has Bemis. So a full rotation called. Into the breach here, obviously, by virtue of their placement back in Paris with the core crucial Thomas and Rallen. Thomas was actually set free for a while there and brought back, I think, to secure exactly this. So for a team like Into the Breach, qualifying for the major means an awful lot, but they've got a tough task ahead of them. There's a stack here again, Alex.
Yeah, let's see if it's the same result. Masuta, first victim into the A site, and there's a lot more where that came from. Great shot from Bemis. Lined up for him. Hunter just flattens the defense. One quick spray of the AK and 3 heads popped. As easy as that.
Yeah, couldn't have come cleaner, could they? We're still in transition.
Yeah, was it a flash that kind of led to them all congealing into one?
Yeah, m0NESY's flash assist in that feed, hoping that they were able to close down the distance, but the util too good from G2 yet again. We'll call it 8. They're running away with this one now. I think the biggest problem, right? 3 is workable. 9-3 scoreline going into the T half. But if it was equal opponents, that's where the conversation would be. But this is not the case. Into the breach, you're going to need a hope. A bit of a miracle come the second side of play. You've got 7 kills on Thomas, 6 for Crucial, 4 for Bemis.
Yeah, I mean, ITB and miracles, it certainly happened before, but this one, and against G2, doesn't seem like it's within touching distance or in the realms of reality.
Yeah, it is also one of those conversations with Group A seeming a little bit more clear-cut in terms of the big names.
Horrible way to go.
Yeah. Or they were just hoping to get the round done nice and quick, which G2 definitely obliged. Oh, here we go. Final round, first half. Remember, no halftime break, so don't go anywhere. This one might be a quick conclusion.
Off for the rip.
Ooh, and into Bemis. m0NESY will take him down. Can't get the double up, but nexa can.
Crucial. What have you got for us? And it's a bullet between the eyes. m0NESY's all good for it. And it's Masuta actually proactive, pushing forward, cut down by NiKo. Puts it onto Thomas. NiKo and Hookzy towards the site. Anytime, any moment, Hookzy can catch him out with a jiggle. There he is, spots him out. And NiKo puts him down, 9 on the D side. They'll be happy with that. Everyone on G2 grinning ear to ear.
Yeah, I think for G2 and G2 fans especially, and probably the management, some of these games you are just like, can we just make them easy, boys? We don't need the stress levels to be through the roof. The blood pressure doesn't need to be boiling. Let's just take these easy wins, put them in our pocket, and march ever forward. When you're on the first level of Mario, you don't want to be giving up any lives.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And ITB are just the Goombas.
Are they the... Are they the turtle shell ones?
They're like the little mushroom men.
The little mushroom men.
I don't know if they're mushrooms, but you know, kind of triangle faces.
Triangle faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're getting Goomba stomped right now.
Yeah, they are. No fun here. full ITB, winning 2 of their 3 CT rounds in the first 3 rounds of the game.
Well, that's going to be another A execute. Bit of an affinity for that on this very map. And everybody around Rugs, they're going to call the sound cue, cut the noise, hit the shift key. Next with a smoke to block, has the support of NiKo just behind. Then in float is m0NESY, who's just darted back through Temple towards B. Now still the gap from nexa.
Oh, this is a nice way to play it. And smoke. Now you've got a choice to make. Do you want to run through?
They kind of have to. They just committed all of their util, but they've called it off.
Cancel. Util down the gurgler, as a wise man would once say.
It drew the rotation, but not the aggression. So if they were hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'd be met with a canals push, that's not the case. Mid to be cleared. HooXi charging forward, understanding they need some info. m0NESY, too much to watch. Calling steps.
m0NESY still not quite buying it. Neither are G2. I say that Hunter has rotated. And it's a NiKo and nexa setup to be tested.
Nexa should say tuck now.
Oh, not with NiKo getting double dinged like that. Does still get one. nexa and his P2K. He's hit some crazy shots with this so far.
Tucked.
He's doing an awful lot of work. HooXi's managed to rotate through for a double of his own, and now it's up to Ralen. An unfavorable one. Would love to get that bomb, scoop it up, sow some seeds of doubt, but Hunter, HooXi and m0NESY from 3 different elevations. You're not getting through here.
Just one bullet, boys. That's all you need.
There it is.
Straight between the eyes. And you have to really give a lot of credit to nexa there. A lot of players after the 2 would have just stepped out and kept on fighting for more, but the fact that he stays alive allows HooXi to come on in and sweep 2 under the rug. So when you are playing those anchor-type positions, staying alive can be just as important as the kills. So great job for nexa. You have to give him a big Graham Pitt double thumbs up. Happy with that one. As sailing to victory. The water's pristine, as you mentioned, on the map, so they might want to take out and, you know, well, actually, no, they have another game today. So the waters might get a little bit rockier. The forecast might change, the winds. As,
2 games today?
Yeah, 2 best of 1s.
Okay.
So you set yourself up pretty, right? If you're able to win those 2, then you go into a best of 3, and that's going to be for qualification to the major, elimination or opening stage. Well, that's up for debate a little bit later down the journey.
I'm just looking at the matches, you know, the upcoming matches, and Counter-Strike fans are eating good this next fortnight. I mean, there's just so much Counter-Strike.
The next 5 weeks,
yeah,
right? So, well, I think it's 6 weeks actually. I may have done the maths a little bit wrong there, but you get the top of the crop, you get the European, then you go into the Asian, then you go into the Americas, and then the major is already here. Bang, CS2 on your screens in the Royal Arena, sorry, PGL Copenhagen.
Yeah,
coming your way.
Tickets available Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, skip school, and if you need an excuse,
you could say
that Alex and Chad wrote you a sick note.
Yeah.
Dear to whom it may concern.
That's a good start.
Such and such is unable to attend said event because Counter-Strike will be in the Royal Arena in the CS2 iteration for the first and only time.
And you only get one.
One first.
One first.
No take backsies.
NiKo does want to get backsies out of middle after firing off those shots. So this is a nice little timing window. 3 of them slinking silently.
Ooh, HooXi late to the party.
Yeah, could be caught out.
Hello.
Oh God, he does get a bit of a jump scare. Thomas, good for 1. Now it's a bit of an MP9 spray for another. Double out of Thomas, Tech 9. And nexa should have Beamers dead 2 rights. Makes good use of the FAMAS. Solid lockdown, and I have to actually admire the fact that HooXi even gets 1 there. He was definitely caught off guard.
Yeah, he was running with a knife in his hand for what felt like way too long, so HooXi getting away with daylight robbery there. And that would have been the hope of Into the Breach in this map, essentially gone now. They can either force buy again, or they can take an eco and then try and fight from a 12-3 scoreline, where 9 consecutive rounds would be required just to go to overtime. So it will be the eco, not of the full variety. We can see some limping in of P250s and Tech 9s. But good news for G2. It's what you want to see. A playoff appearance over there in Katowice. It got blown out of the water against FaZe, but so did Mouse. And
good
then
news, everyone.
Futurama.
Thank you. Oh, Thomas has been hard done by that. Fully flashed, m0NESY. Still gets the frag. I wonder if that's that glaive flash I was seeing people talk about for that dark peak.
From middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to use that in my pugs.
It's a strong one.
Yep. Set up my P250s to pick on the pistol. I like that little use of the HE there from Hunter. Blows away the left-hand side of the smoke. You can pick it and use the right-hand side of the smoke as cover. Oh, Nex is going to get to eat good again. 11 kills. How many more can he get? Oh, he's on the reload already. It's NiKo's turn. They might take him in tandem. NiKo and Nexa combining to close down the round. 12 secure. G2 looking good. Clean and easy.
Just for my own knowledge, that cake angle they're holding, they hold that because they know they haven't got rifles, right? It's probably not an ideal spot.
And it's also a double stack.
Yeah, right. Two different elevations
yeah, exactly.
is going to be... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. 12-3. Man, ITB just dissolving before our very eyes in their opener. It's going to be quite deflating, but at least you got your rifles out now. You know, you want to kind of start finding your footing, get accustomed to the setup. This is where ITV can start getting that Thomas the Frag engine running.
We have Eternal Fire versus NIP coming up next on the mainstream.
Ooh.
And once this concludes, you can listen to our lovely desk, have a bit of a chit-chat, but also you can flick over to the secondary stream with Vince and Jackie bringing the action of Koi versus Na'Vi on Ancient.
Love me some Vince Metis Hill.
See that by NiKo there? I think it's very important if you're a mid defender. When that hut molly, doors molly comes through, at that point you should probably try and use it on the CT side because you slow their scaling. So, you know, a lot of people use it early. Flash is set up. Beautiful work.
They are counter-striking.
Yeah, again, doors molly again. They react with a molly of their own. I like it. I like the layering of util from G2.
And do you think that's instinctual or is that procedural? Is that just
it should probably be procedural because if you understand what they're aiming for when they go for a doors molly, they're then trying to take the space. So then you deny it. So if theirs goes off first, you'll be able to take the doors space back while your molly's still burning.
Makes sense. Good catch from Hooksy. That was Thomas trying to peek out towards main.
This is like a rainy day, just a pitter-patter into defeat.
Yeah, it is.
I'll get him out of here.
G2 got their Wellington boots on, wading through the rain. Flashing is crucial, but no one's peeking off of it, so...
Come on, boys. Come on in. You got 17 seconds.
And they've got just 2 players left. Here comes Masuta, giving it a good go. It looks like G2 have done enough to close this one. In a 13-3 fashion, Masuta just running around. He's not going to be knifed, but 13-3, just 16 rounds required for G2 to start off their campaign for the PGL Copenhagen Major. And starting off with a win.
Yeah, Taj will be very happy about that one. A quick game is a good game, as we like to say around here. Taking care of business, smiles on the dials, an easy word, because the tougher games are to come once you get yourself...